Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we have another Minecraft speed build. Again, just adding on to my kind of cottage quarry world. So this one is actually an inn because, like I said in the previous video, but not everyone might have seen that video. This is going to be kind of like a fully kind of developed world with like city square, which I built, which was a super fast build, which is why it's not its own thing. I'm just going to kind of build some stuff around it, and maybe I'll include the footage there. But yeah, you can kind of see it in the background in some of these clips. It was pretty basic, at least for now. That's how it's going to be. But it's going to have all the different components that I think you kind of need in a town. So an inn, houses, a city hall, a farmer's traders market. There's going to be different towns that are kind of connected because there's some different biomes. Like there's a desert biome, a Sahara biome, and some different things like that. So I'm definitely also going to do some different build styles as we enter those territories. And the inn I actually placed right here because it is right at the edge between this forest biome, I think it's dark oak forest biome, and the Sahara biome. And I think the very end you can kind of see that a bit more, that, and you can even see it in some of these clips too actually. You can see the trees poking through. And because I felt like the inn would be at the edge of town, so that it's kind of like as people come in who are traders, they can stop by here, and the trading area is going to be a little bit more in closer to the square and a little but still very close to the inn. Like I'm definitely doing some city planning as if this is a real city that has logistics and travel and all those different things. Even though it's not even on a server, it is literally just my world, but this is what brings me joy, and so that's what I'm going to do in my world, so don't fight me. I don't think anyone in the Minecraft community is fighting me over that, but I felt like it. Style-wise, this is still very similar to my previous build that I did, of the cottage core witchy house, witchy selling place, witchy store. I don't really know what to call it, but which was the previous video and should be in the card up below or up above. This is definitely a similar style. I used darker woods, although with this one I did use more oak, and I used spruce rather than, or I used some different wood than I used before, which was closer to black. This is definitely just a dark brown. But I definitely just think it works because you're in a dark oak forest, and so that's just kind of the style I feel like works. But I do wonder if I should try to expand more with the style, but also I like how the builds turned out, but I don't know that they're very unique. And this one, the roofing definitely went better. That's what you're currently seeing. Yeah, roofing last time, as you may know, was pretty rough. This was pretty straightforward. There was some like little logistical things of like, oh, stairs on the inside, stairs on the outside, like those kinds of things. Should I have trimming? Yeah, but other than that, it was pretty easy and pretty basic, which was nice because last time that caused me a lot of stress. I also think that I definitely did better with editing this one. I learned what to cut out and what not to cut out and stuff like that, so it looks a little bit nicer on the eyes. And I kind of feel like doing a video on that because I feel like that's something that nobody really talks about, is like, how do you properly edit things to create a cohesive story? How do you edit things so that you can like see what's going on and things aren't too fast, but then also so that it's in like a reasonable time? Because this is a pretty long video too. It's 18 minutes. I feel like a lot of things are meant to be, well, the norm has been set of 10 minutes because of the whole you can have mid-rolls when you have a 10-minute long video, and I can't even get mid-rolls because I'm not monetized because I don't have much going on this channel quite yet. We're still getting there, okay? But yeah, it's an 18-minute long video, so I don't know how I feel about doing these longer form videos. I definitely think my content has been getting longer as I go on. I say as if I've been doing this for years, but really I've been doing it for like a couple months. But I think for this video it works because when I had it, like if I had cut it, it would be like half. if it were to be, I guess I could cut off like 3 minutes and make it a 15-minute video. I guess I could cut off half and make it closer to a 10-minute video. But both of those, I feel like it went so fast that you couldn't tell what was going on, because I feel like speed builds are helpful to people, and that's why I watch them, is so that I can see like how did they make this, and like how can I take that and use it for myself. So like, oh, how did they use slabs? How did they do this, that, and the other thing to create different layers, and like how did they incorporate things not feeling cramped? Like that's what I watch speed builds for. And so if I had it be too much faster, then you wouldn't really be able to understand what was going on or where I was building or anything like that. And I already took some liberties with some cuts and speeding up and stuff. So I didn't really want to do it too much more. But yeah, so I'm still experimenting, I guess. But I mean, that's what's to be expected when I'm this early into at least this YouTube channel career. YouTube channel journey. Journey's what the word I'm looking for. I'm like, oh, this is not a career. I don't know that this will ever be a career for me, because it's not the most stable of jobs, that's for sure. So, but hey, maybe one day in the future I'll be like, oh, I never thought this would happen, but I'm now a professional YouTuber. Oh, I don't know that I'm suddenly gonna become a slightly accented man, but who knows? The future is wild, okay? If there's anything that we've learned this year, it's that the future is wild. So, who knows what will happen to me in the future? Just you wait. In a few years, the voiceovers will be totally different, and they will be delivered to you by, again, an accented man. So, if you remember this in those years to come, just know that it was always in the cards for it to happen. What else should I say about this build? This build was definitely a lot of fun. I was kind of like unsure about this. So I'm gonna have a moment of honesty here, which I do a lot. And again, as I always say, am I being too honest? I don't know, but also that's what YouTube's supposed to be. Super honest and real and raw and what people actually are, and it's not super scripted and such. But so part of why I made this video was because the previous video is the most viewed video on my channel. And so being a reasonable human being, I'm like, okay, I should make more of these. And I was kind of like, oh, but I don't want to do it just because it did well. Like, I want to make videos because I like making the video, not because the concept or the video gets views. But that doesn't mean I don't like Minecraft. And so I was like, okay, I'll do it anyway. It's not like it's something I'm not going to enjoy in the end. So I did it. And I'm definitely very glad that I did it, even though the reason to start wasn't the best reason. Although, a reason's a reason, you know. But I really enjoyed it, and it definitely made me think about how to space out things, to make sure that you can fit everything that you want, that everything's divided the way you want, and just different things like that. I saw the use of trapdoors as walls. I think people tried to do it way back in the day when trapdoors were first coming out, but it didn't work for whatever reason, I want to say, but that was also years ago. But I saw someone do it on, I don't know if the people who watch this video are going to be the same people who watch this channel, but RT Games, he does like Twitch streams, and then he edits them and puts them on YouTube and stuff. His stuff is super funny, but also definitely kind of inappropriate. So if you're here for like that kind of wholesome, but also kind of, I'm definitely a teenager who cusses sometimes, content, I don't know that you necessarily want to go to that content, but I enjoy his stuff. And on there he does a bunch of build Minecraft stuff, and some of the builds, and they use trapdoors as walls. They definitely did it on a much larger scale for kind of a modern looking building, but the concept is still there, and I still enjoyed the concept and was like, this is perfect for this build, where everything's a very limited space, but you don't want it to feel cramped, you want it to feel cozy. Oh, sorry, there's video on, there's volume here. Okay, I'm just gonna keep that, it's fine. Anyway, I wanted it to feel cozy, not cramped. Oh god. Okay, sorry about that. Lo and behold, Windows Movie Maker isn't always the the best editing software, and I had to go remute a bunch of clips, so that was kind of annoying. But anyway, I felt like using trapdoors like that definitely helped make the space feel less cramped. It also allowed me to fit more items in there, and so it definitely helped, and that's not something that I would have known or experimented with if it hadn't been for this build. So I think that's super fun. I learned a lot about like the windowsill stuff. Like I knew everyone's been doing it like that for ages, but I definitely experimented with like some of the little roofing, as you can see here, on the window and stuff like that, and placing the little grass blocks and then putting trapdoors around it and then putting flowers in it. It makes me happy. It's not something that I usually would do, but it definitely was fun to pick out the flowers and kind of have that 8th color scheme and all that. So that was definitely super fun. And just, yeah, there were a bunch of things about this that really were like that made me happy. Another one that you won't see for a little bit, but especially when I was decorating, but also just with the building, was the little alcove at the end of the stairs. So initially the shell, as a lot of people call it, of the inn, not the house, was pretty easy and basic and didn't take me long at all. But then with the stairs, I was like, this feels really cramped, and this isn't the vibe that I'm going for. This isn't what I want out of this space. And so I was like, okay, let's break down this wall. I'll extend it by 1. And I was like, okay, this still isn't quite what I wanted. So then I was like, okay, what if I just built a little space that extended right past the stairs? And so that's what I did. And I really like how it looks on the outside. I think it definitely adds something dynamic, so to say, on the outside, and just it kind of breaks up the space. It looks more interesting from that side, and I just think overall it very much so helps the build. So that was cool. And then on the inside, I got to play around with what woods were going to go in there and how did I decorate this little space. And so I ended up putting a candle and some flowers, and it definitely makes it feel very homey. I know it makes it feel more natural, and it breaks up the woods because there's a lot of very dark woods in this build, and so the flowers definitely help. I also try to do that, as you can see here, with carpets. The only thing with the carpets was that and maybe it's because I was watching a bunch of historical dress YouTubers as I was doing this, but I was like, I can't use bright colored carpets. That's inaccurate. This is an inn. They probably don't have very much money, and so I can only use certain colors that would be cheap to buy. And so I limited myself to white, gray, black, brown, and then I caved and did yellow in one of the rooms, and I did use a blue in the other areas, so I don't know how much I actually followed this rule, but it was definitely something I was thinking while I was making parts of this build, for better or for worse, that happened. But it holds a color scheme too. When I didn't use too outrageous of carpets, it wasn't like, okay, everything is this one color scheme, and then we're gonna throw in this random thing, and it just looks like this weird random bit. And so it helped, I think, everything be more cohesive. And so until I get a little bit more experience under my belt, I think it's good to kind of take things a little bit safer as I learn. But also, I in this build I did take some risk, and not risk, I mean nothing's risky about doing a Minecraft build, but I did some different things that were outside my comfort zone. The room you're seeing right here is something I've never done before. It was this weird layered thing just because I wanted higher ceilings in the beginning of the entrance hall area, and then I wanted them lower in the other part. And so then I was like, okay, well now we have a layered room, so how do we do this? And then I was like, maybe it's for like a study person, so if it's like a teacher who's staying here for tutoring or something, I don't really know, or a historian, some person who enjoys studying and being well read and all that, they stay in that room and they have all this stuff for it. And who knows, maybe if this really evolves a lot, then I will end up making kind of characters for it, and like I might mod it and add like mods that have like you can put in people and then like put skins on them and stuff. I feel like that could be a fun extension, but I'm probably not going to do that for a fair while until this is like entirely built out. But it's a fun idea to hold for maybe in the future. And I definitely think that my hopes and dreams for this build, for this world, were kind of reinvigorated with this build. And so I'm definitely gonna keep going with it. Cause I was kind of like, I don't know that I'm really feeling it, and then I kind of got it back. So expect more from this. I don't know what I'm gonna do, cause I know during October I want to do a lot of spooky videos. And this isn't really that. Especially because I did a witches thing for the first one, which I definitely should have waited for till October. But I might just throw it in, because, it's fun. Maybe I'll add creepy basements to things or something. I don't really know yet. That's just an idea. But I'm definitely excited for how this is going to go. And hopefully there will be more people watching these to watch this journey, because apparently y'all like Minecraft, which I mean, I'm very glad that Minecraft got revived in 2019, because there was the longest time where a bunch of people were playing Minecraft. You can't say we weren't playing Minecraft, because a bunch of people were, because, I don't know, man, from what people I knew from going on servers, like, everyone was still playing Minecraft. Well, not everyone, but a fair amount. But everyone, like, was online was being like, oh yeah, Minecraft sucks, Minecraft's for 7-year-olds, oh, it's for this, that, and the other, and was, like, being super mean towards it. And so I'm really glad that now it's more mainstream again. It's not quite as mainstream as it was when all of the YouTubers were doing their things on it, but I definitely think it's a good thing, and I'm happy that it happened. And that not everyone's like so secretive about, oh, they're playing Minecraft. This is just the final shots of it. I went around the whole house, or the whole inn. I keep calling it a house. It's an inn. Went around the whole inn. I went inside into each of the rooms and just did a slow little pan of it. I'm, again, super proud of how it came out. I love how the lights are, and when it's dark, which I think I have at the end, I love how it just lights up the inn amidst this dark, scary looking forest, and then there's just this bright, warm, welcoming inn. I think I love it. It's perfect. It's definitely what I wanted out of it, and that's another thing I'm very happy about. The vision that I had for this definitely came through in just every little thing of, like, the windows are right and the lanterns are right and the vibes are right. I'm so happy that it turned out well. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and end up this voiceover here. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, evening, morning, mid-afternoon, tea time, wherever you are. I hope you're having a good time. I hope that you enjoy and go play some Minecraft of your own. Go ahead and like and subscribe so that I know that you guys do indeed, as I already assume, enjoy this Minecraft content. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.